Welcome to a new weekly reading vlog. The theme for this week's reading vlog is tackling my physical TBR. I have about 100 unread books on my shelves. So I have some news before we get started. Today's currently Wednesday, so essentially I lost all of my footage for the week. My book update for Monday is gone, and my B-roll from yesterday, Tuesday, is gone. So I'm going to recap you for Monday, and we're just going to go ahead and roll the rest of the footage. Oh, it's Monday. Hello. Right off the bat, I DNF'd Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. To be totally honest, this was a cover buy, and it had the word fairies in it. I typically like fairy stories. I made it 13% into this audiobook before I DNF'd it. I really couldn't tell you anything about the plot. I just really didn't like our main character. I didn't want to listen to her prattle on. It wasn't the vibe, but no harm done. I wasn't really expecting anything out of this. It was just kind of something I picked up on a whim, and it didn't work for me, and that's fine. To make up for that, though, I read The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher, and I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. I didn't give it a 5-star just because it didn't have those 5-star vibes. You know the ones. But essentially in this, we are following Kara. She is newly divorced and doesn't have anywhere to go, so she decides to go back down south to stay with her uncle, who owns this kind of museum of oddities. It's filled with a lot of random weird things and a whole lot of taxidermy. The timing kind of works out perfectly because the uncle needs to have major surgery, so she is going to go ahead and run the museum for him while he's recovering. So she takes over this museum, and she has a friend who works at the coffee shop next door. They essentially find a hole in one of the walls in the museum, and it opens up into this bunker thing, and there is a dead body in there. Okay, they find a dead body behind this wall in this room that nobody knew existed. So they go into this bunker and they find this door, and they open up the door, and it essentially looks like this. It's like a foggy landscape. There are islands. It opens up into a whole other world, and chaos ensues from there. I was trying to eat my lunch while listening to details of an emaciated man in the water twirling his fingers around his own intestines. So it does have some really gruesome descriptions in it, which I love, but this was also surprisingly hilarious. Essentially, you don't get all the answers. All the questions are not answered. I really liked that aspect. Feel like you're either going to like it or you don't, and it really, really works for me. I loved it. And now we can go about our regularly scheduled programming. Yay! Let's hope I don't lose any more footage. Okay, let's hope I don't. Let's hope I don't. Charlie, get down. Ma'am? Charles. Charlie has taken it upon herself to be the new library cat, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. We are back to regularly scheduled programming. I'm a drowned rat. I'm in my pajamas. We're on the floor. You're propped up on my coffee table. It's fine. We got a nice surface here. It's fine. What's not fine was my reading today. I DNF'd 7 books. This is why I'm utilizing my library this year, because this is excessive. I started with Jade City today. I did get all of these secondhand because I was not going to pay $19 for a paperback. The third one's $30. Thank you, Half Price Books. I do not know what I'd do without you, and I'm going to sell them right back to y'all. I got 10% into the audiobook. I made it to page 48. I did not care. I had no interest in anything that was going on. I didn't care about who these people were. I couldn't even tell you any of their names. I didn't care about the magic system. There was nothing there for me. And judging by just how long this book is, let alone it being a trilogy where all the books are this large, there was no way. I was not going to trudge through however many hundreds of pages I needed to trudge through for it to get good. I am not that kind of reader. I do not have the time for it. I DNF books as easily as I breathe. Charlie, get down! Because I can say the same exact thing for The Keeper of Night. I read 60 pages of this before I gave up on it. This one, I will say, I liked it a little bit more than Jade City, but the further we got into it, the only thing I cared about was the cat. There is a cat in this book. I'm not going to trudge my way through a series because the only thing I care about is the cat. The 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. Now, I've tried to read from N.K. Jemisin before. The City We Became, I think that's what it's called. And I didn't even make it out of the prologue before I DNF'd that book. This one I finished. I read this entire book and I gave it 1 star. I should have DNF'd it, but I was stubborn and I wanted to finish something today. I didn't care about these characters at all. I cared for them so little that I got them mixed up. We're following children in here, we're following adults in here. There's a lot of perspective. It's not that they all read the same, I just didn't care. So I couldn't keep any of them straight. This is probably not the book's fault. This is probably all me. I should have DNF'd this and I was just stubborn. I did learn something today though. If I can put a hyped up fantasy on audio at 3 times speed and I still don't think it's fast enough, I should just accept the fact that it sucks and give up. I'm not doing this ever again. Oh, he ran off with the
What you got me?
Are you?
Uh-huh.
Close your eyes. No, he's chilling.
Open my eyes?
Yep.
Ah! I love him, but he's disturbing.
Really? I thought you liked him. He's soft.
I do like him, but he's creepy.
Okay, I can put him into cell.
No, I like it. Look at it. Thank you. Hello, Bill. I'm back. It's Wednesday now. It's no longer Monday. Hello, it's me again. It's Wednesday. I don't know how this whole experiment is going. I am DNFing books left and right. Oh, the secret history. I DNF'd this really early on. I made it about 100 pages into this, and I was just bored out of my skull. Like, I had no interest. It was so boring, and I couldn't do it. I could not do it. So about 100 pages in, I DNF'd. It was not worth my time. I don't know why people like it. That's what I say about most things. Oh, and by the way, Donna Tartt narrates this audiobook, and she is a god-awful audiobook narrator. Like, 100% do not recommend. Like, if you're going to read this, don't listen to it. Just read it physically. I did finish one book, but I also didn't like it, and that's Dear Sentaran. I really, really loved You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. I also read Pet by this author, and I fucking hated it. I don't know how to talk about this book. I did not rate it on Goodreads. I usually only avoid rating poetry, but I could not rate this. I can't give it a rating. This is beautifully written. Like, I like the format that it's told in. It's compiled of letters. There is definitely some really good, like, quotes and lines and just things that just, yes, like, that's in here. It is. But this as a whole, I don't think I like it. It is overflowing with contradictions to the point where I was rolling my eyes so hard that they hurt. I don't think this is bad by any means. It is very well written. I just didn't like it. And I mean, I don't have to like it, but I mean, I'm glad other people do. And I'm sure someone will be very happy to get their hands on this like I was originally, because again, finding this author's book secondhand, at least around these parts, like it just doesn't happen. Just this wasn't the vibe. This has been a week of DNFs. Why do I buy books? Like, why? Charlie, why are you acting up? everyone. It's Saturday. I don't think I've talked to y'all since Wednesday. That's because I haven't been doing much reading. I've been working my way through Chain of Thorns. I'm on page 350 now. I've been listening to this on audio, and I don't know how I feel about this one. Like, I don't know, something feels different, and I don't know if it's because I'm listening to it on audio, and I always read Cassandra Clare physically. I don't know if that's the reason. I may go back to page 66 and physically read, because I'm just like, I'm about halfway in, and I'm not really feeling it that much, and that makes me really sad, and I don't know. So that's kind of why I haven't been updating. I did go to Barnes and Noble twice. I went last night and I went this afternoon, and I didn't vlog any of it. Like, I just didn't. So I don't know. I've been, what am I doing? What am I doing? I've been doing some filming today. I'm about to film a video with Beebs. Okay, listen. It's Sunday night and I have nothing new to report to y'all, but it's time to close out the vlog. They're not all going to be winners, but I'm not going to waste the footage that I did manage to get, and we'll just hope that starting tomorrow, the next vlog will be better. In the meantime, you're more than welcome to watch the other videos I have on my channel, and if for some odd reason you enjoyed this one, please let me know down in the comments, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye!